On the news at 3, federal government reiterates its refusal to accept deportees from United States. Army Public Relations Officer appeals to Nigerians to own the force. Plus, WAEC releases revised 2025 WASE results, apologizes for grading error. Very good afternoon to you. Welcome is the news at 3. Do you love and care about River State and our peace? If yes, let's build and take her to greater heights. For this is a task you and I must accomplish. My name is Helen Eric Gemini. River State Sole Administrator, retired Vice Admiral Ebokete Ekweibas, has called on the Niger Delta Development Commission, NDDC, to broaden its intervention to include establishing innovation hubs, industrial clusters, digital centers, and skills acquisition programs. Vice Admiral Ibas made the call when he received the Minister of Regional Development, Abubakar Moho, during a courtesy visit to Government House in Port Harcourt. Samuel Mbaribe was there.
The Minister of Regional Development was accompanied by the Managing Director of the Niger Delta Development Commission, NDDC, Samuel Ubuku, other senior officials from the ministry and NDDC board members. Vice Admiral Abbas pointed to the need for strategic shift in the pursuit of meaningful development beyond roads and bridges to include economic empowerment and human capital development. Such shift, he said, will significantly grow the regional and national economy while also empowering the people.
We appreciate your decision to include River State in your itinerary. It sends a strong message that our people, our priorities, and our development are not left behind in the implementation of the renewed hope agenda of His Excellency Bola Ahmed Tinubu and the broader vision for national progress. I'm acutely aware that River State and the region has significantly developmental needs. Infrastructure remains a major need, but so do social investment, human capital development, and economic inclusion. Honorable Minister, sir, I want to humbly encourage that while physical infrastructure remains important, we must now begin to think beyond mere physical infrastructure.
Vice Admiral Abbas praised the NDDC for its long-standing partnership with River State and describing his visit as a welcome step towards aligning federal and local development goals.
Your visit here today renews our hope. It reflects a genuine effort to align federal vision with local realities. We are eager to continue collaborating, not only as recipients of projects, but as active partners in identifying needs, removing bottlenecks, and ensuring that impact is felt where it matters most, and that's our communities.
Abubakar Momo explained that his visit to River State is part of a nationwide assessment tour to evaluate the status of ongoing and abandoned projects handled by the NDDC, in line with the President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's directive to complete all such projects across the region.
Because coming on board, stabilizing the peace of Niger Delta, particularly Port Harcourt, what that implies is that investment opportunities and all other commercial activities will now spring up.
Tamun Nobarabi Iblubo, Rstv News.
Minister of Environment Dr. Balarabe Abbas Lawal has expressed commitment of the Tinubu's administration to addressing the environmental issues in Ogoni land. He stated this during the commissioning of 4 water projects in Ogoni communities in River State, executed by Hydrocarbon Pollution and Remediation Program, HYPREP. Justice Ihunu was there.
The minister inaugurated water projects in Bodo, Bowe, Eteo and Taba communities, as well as HYPREP Gokana area office. He noted that the water projects are part of broader commitment to restore the environment and improve the quality of life of the people, as well as ensure human rights and access to good health. Dr. Lawal reaffirmed the determination of the federal government to full implementation of the UNEP report and development of Ogoni land, and urged the people to protect the projects from vandals.
We must not lose sight of the context in which these projects are taking place. For decades, the Ogoni land has become the brunt of mountain pollution from oil exploration and related industrial activities. This administration, under the leadership of our President, His Excellency Bola Ahmed Tinubu, is determined to correct these historical wrongs and deliver genuine remediation, development, and renew affected communities.
The HYPREP coordinator, Professor Neni Barini Zavi, said the 4 water projects have increased the number of communities with reticulated potable water in Ogoni land to 40. He reassured the people that HYPREP is on track on the remediation efforts, mangrove restoration, provision of water and health intervention, and livelihood programs, while efforts has been intensified in stakeholders' engagement. Professor Zavi reassured of continuous effort to effective utilization of available resources with transparency and accountability.
Today's commissioning of 4 gigantic water facilities increases the number of communities in Ogoni with reticulated potable water to 40, ensuring that our people have access to clean and safe water. Similarly, inaugurating the HYPREP area office in Bukana today further enhance the engagement interface between the projects and the people. The Ogoni cleanup, anchored on the UNEP recommendations, is built on several key thematic areas. Beyond this, we are also pleased to confirm that we are on track in our noble quest to fulfill other core objectives of HYPREP.
There was also distribution of clean cook stoves to fisher folks and brief tour of ongoing projects, including Center of Excellence and Environmental Restoration. Justice Ihunwo, Rstv News.
The Benemene of Tai Kingdom and paramount ruler of Bite in Tai local government area of River State, His Majesty King Samuel Nni, has conferred an honorary chieftaincy title, Birabeke Niwa of Bite, to Mrs. Kate Sambo. King Samuel Nni said he deemed it fit to honor Mrs. Sambo due to her immense contribution to the promotion of Bite and Tai culture, as well as her commitment to the community and the state at large. Obiando Madume reports that the event took place at the King's Palace in Tai local government area of the state.
During the ceremony, King Samuel Nni said they have hope in God, coupled with her progressive like minds, to complement the throne in promoting her vision and mission statement. The king stated that he acknowledged her merit and prayed to benefit more from her mental assets towards the development of the growing land of Bitetai. He pointed out that by this conferment, Chief Kate Sam Mbo has become a full member of the Bite Grand Council of Chiefs and Elders and enjoys all rights and privileges due to members, while congratulating her on her new throne.
Our efforts to bring about the women in this community. As a council, we have watched her with keen interest in the way she manages her affairs, interact with people, both at home, at the state, and even at the national level. We feel that a daughter who has broken barriers to attain the heights she has attained in her career, in her political journey, in her community service, and all that one will think about needed to be commended.
On her part, the Birabeke Niwa one of Bitetai, Chief Kate Sam Mbo, expressed her sincere gratitude to the Benemene Tai Kingdom for his benevolence. She promised to remain dedicated, committed and hard work geared towards the development of Tai Kingdom. The conferment of honorary chieftaincy title of Birabeke Niwa one of Bitetai on Chief Kate Sam Mbo means the chief of female politicians one of Tai Kingdom. Obiando Madume, Rstv News.
A big congratulations to Kate Samuel there. Moving on, towards a peaceful and progressive Egi kingdom, the Ezegi III Ezobuku of Ogbaland Victor Elewon has sent a 4-man delegation to an illustrious son and Ugokegi Chief Oris Onyeri to rub minds aimed at reconciling all differences and warring factions in the kingdom. Leader of the delegation, Dr. Sonny Ogide, said there cannot be growth in Egi kingdom where every segment are in chaos. Ndo Ajay reports that the selected Egi sons were at Chief Oris Onyeri private office in Port Harcourt, venue of the meeting.
According to Dr. Gide, the Ezagi is worried over the lingering leadership tussle in Egi, the implementation of the provisions of Egi Special Agreement, as well as disbursement of Egi Fund also from the said agreement. Therefore, they need to harness all leadership strengths in Egi to ensure a peaceful kingdom. He said the Ezagi is interested in the peace of the kingdom and need the fatherly role of Chief Oris Onyere in the process.
Ezagi is looking forward that there should be peace, not just relative peace, permanent peace in the kingdom. Our mission is to reach out to our leader, who is the leader of our own our kingdom, to solicit for his maximum cooperation and support.
Also speaking, Chief Azubike Wangwe, who is the spokesman of Ezagi, appealed to Chief Onyere and other well-meaning Egi personalities to put behind their differences and chart a way forward, citing a popular maxim which says that to err is human and to forgive is divine. He expressed optimism at the preparedness of Eze Victor Elewon to make peace with every aggrieved person in Egi, irrespective of status, and solicited the support of Chief Oris Onyere to enable him succeed.
No community exists without a leader. Whether king or whatever, there are people who should be behind the king to enable the king perform its functions well. And that is why we have taken the bull by the horn to ensure that today we meet with our own leader, Chief Barrister Oris Onyere, to ensure that he throws his weight to ensure lasting peace in the Egi kingdom.
Responding to the delegation, Ugokegi and Chairman, Board of Trustees, Egi People's Assembly, Chief Oris Onyere, thanked them for coming and informed of his readiness for the peace of Egi. He blamed the leadership crisis on misunderstanding of the special agreement and called on those that are making trouble out of the fund to retrace their steps and disabuse the minds of the people who were misled. Chief Onyere admonished those in leadership positions, particularly the Ezagi in council, to lead by example, eschew bitterness, rancor, and acrimony for Egi kingdom to move forward.
Egi people and Egi kingdom are my greatest resource, and I treat every Egi person with utmost respect and dignity. And I know that peace is the first anchor for any community to develop. So now that he has come up that he wants peace in the community, we will continue to meet and see how that peace can come about.
There were contributions and clarifications by participants while prayers were offered for the sustainable peace of Egi Kingdom, Oboebe Mandoni local government area, Rivers State and Nigeria. Members of the delegation are Dr. Sonny Ogide, Honorable Dr. Christian Ahiakwo, Chief Azubike Wangwe, and Dr. Ugochukwu Orikoha. Ndo Ajay, Rstv News.
Federal government has reiterated its refusal to accept deportees from the United States, distancing itself from recent decisions by countries like Rwanda, Eswatini, and South Sudan that have agreed to receive foreign nationals expelled from the United States of America. Spokesperson for the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, Kime B. Ebiakfa, who confirmed the government's stance on Saturday, stressed that Nigeria remains firm in its position, citing national security and economic concerns. Minister of Foreign Affairs Yusuf Tuga, who it heard was in July, revealed that the President Donald Trump's administration was mounting pressure on African countries to accept deportees convicted of crimes into African countries under his third country deportation policy. He described the move as unacceptable and warned that such a policy would unfairly burden countries like Nigeria, which are already grappling with their own internal challenges. The U.S. Department of State in June revised its visa policy for Nigerian nationals, introducing more restrictive terms for most non-immigrant, non-diplomatic visas. The change marked a significant shift in U.S. visa reciprocity arrangement with Nigeria and comes as part of broader efforts by the U.S. government to align global visa standards with its migration and security protocols. The Trump administration has also been threatening countries that refuse to cooperate with U.S. deportation efforts with visa sanctions under Section 243D of the Immigration and Nationality Act, which authorizes the U.S. to suspend visas to countries that obstruct deportations. Do you love and care about Rivers State and her peace? If yes, let's be able to take her to greater heights, for this is a task you and I must accomplish. After the break, Central African Republic set 28 December 2025 for pivotal general elections. And in sports, Rivers United emerges 24th, Nigeria's top club following CAF ranking. And on entertainment, video of Davido, Chioma friends partying ahead of wedding surfaces online. We'll be back shortly. Don't go away.
This is Rstv World News. We bring you world-class news, accurate, first-hand, entertaining, balanced analysis. Rstv, Channel 22 Port Harcourt.
Welcome back. Acting Director of Army Public Relations, DAPR, Lieutenant Colonel Onyinyechi Anele, has appealed to Nigerians to own the force, noting that they were out to serve and defend the people. She made the appeal during a parley with defense reporters in Lagos, the first by any spokesperson for the Army in the past 14 years. Anele, who appreciated the job media practitioners do, especially shaping narratives, acknowledged the difficulties encountered in getting reactions and feedbacks or comments from military institutions when an issue occurs, responding to the usual unresponsiveness of military spokespersons when feedback is required. She said she would try as much as possible to be accessible in order to eradicate suspicions and speculations. She expressed dedication to maintaining open channels of communication, ensuring timely responses to inquiries, and providing accurate information to the public. With her promise of accessibility, transparency, and stronger collaboration with journalists, the Army's public relations machinery appears set for a new chapter in its relationship with the Nigerian public. The West African Examination Council, Nigeria, has released the reviewed results for the 2025 West African Senior School Certificate Examination for school candidates following the discovery of grading discrepancies that significantly affected candidates' performance statistics. In a press briefing at the Council's national office in Yaba, Lagos, head of WAEC Nigeria, Dr. Amos Dangote, admitted to a serious error in the marking of serialized papers, which led to a misrepresentation of candidates' performance. According to him, the council had implemented new security innovation known as paper serialization, already used by another national examination body. However, during post-examination reviews, it was discovered that the English language objective test, paper 3, was card using incorrect keys due to a wrongly assigned serialized code file. With the error corrected, 1,794,821 candidates, representing 91.14%, obtained credits and above in a minimum of 5 subjects, with or without English and mathematics. Notably, 1,239,884 candidates, or 62.90% 6%, obtained 5 credits, including English and mathematics, a significant improvement from the previously reported 38.32%, and of this number, 657,819, or 53.1505% were female, while 582,062 or 42.95% were male candidates. However, this still reflects a 9.16% drop from the 72.12% performance recorded in 2024. WAEC reported that a total of 1,969,313 candidates sat for the examination, including candidates from schools in Benin Republic, Cote d'Ivoire, and Equatorial Guinea, which operates the Nigerian curriculum. Now, Chadian government has sought a long jail sentence for former Prime Minister's successor Masra, who is facing charges related to an outbreak of deadly violence in the country's south in May. During proceedings, our prosecutor asked courts to jail Masra for 25 years. Let's now join Adanim Imo on this and other foreign stories.
The head of the Transformers Party is accused of disseminating messages of a xenophobic nature, criminal conspiracy and murder. Masra was arrested in May, days after intention to run again in last July. The president of Guinea-Bissau has sacked the West African country's prime minister and appointed his successor, the latest move to position President Umaro Sissoco Embalo for a likely second term in elections due in November. According to a presidential decree, Rue Doua Debaro, who served as prime minister since December 2023, was replaced by Ibrahima Kamara, a former coordinator of the Mandem G15 opposition party. The opposition says Embalo's term should have ended on February 27th, but the nation's Supreme Court ruled that it should run until September 4th. However, Embalo earlier this year set the election date for November 30th, saying that his first term will run until then, further heightening tensions. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky has underlined that he will make no territorial concessions to Russia ahead of a scheduled meeting between Donald Trump and Vladimir Putin on the future of the war in Ukraine. The US-Russia meeting is due to take place in Alaska on 15th August. Zelensky on Saturday said that Ukraine is ready for real solutions that can bring peace, but underlined that Ukraine needed to be involved. The leaders of Azerbaijan and Armenia signed an agreement aimed at ending decades of conflict as they were hosted by President Donald Trump at the White House. Azerbaijan's President Ilham Aliyev and Armenian Prime Minister Nikol Pashinyan have shook hands after the US President described the events as historic. Azerbaijan and Armenia fought over Nagorno-Karabakh, an ethnically Armenian enclave in Azerbaijan, in the 1980s and 1990s, and violence has flared up in the years since. Pashinyan called the signing a significant milestone in relations between the two countries. The route will connect Azerbaijan and its autonomous Nakhchivan exclave, which are separated by Armenian territory. Adanim Imo, Rstv Foreign News.
Thank you, Adanim Imo. On entertainment, a video of Afrobeat singer David Adeleke, popularly known as Davido, and his wife partying has surfaced online ahead of their white wedding. Dominion Alao disclosed that David was seen partying with his wife and taking pictures in Miami. His reports.
Video, Davido was entertaining his family and the 30GB gang. The wedding between Davido and Chioma is expected to take place later this August. The couple had their traditional marriage earlier in 2024 and they share 2 children together.
Nice. We had a good night. A little busy. Nice. Beautiful. Yeah. Laughs. let's stop right here. Looking at
Nigerian Afrobeat star Tiwa Savage has opened up about freezing her eggs. The mother of one explained that she froze her eggs in case she decides to have more kids in future. The 42-year-old singer said she wishes she had frozen her eggs earlier and urged women in their 30s to freeze their eggs in order to take control of their fertility. Tiwa Savage welcomed her first child at 34 with her then husband, T-Bills, on July 22, 2015.
Like you're ready, can you handle that? Maybe we can settle that. Ooh, all in your face, all in your face.
When the clock stopped on the Oasis' original run in 2009, fans could not have imagined it would take 16 years for Liam and Noel Gallagher to perform together again in front of a Scottish crowd. Now, 5,896 days later after their last appearance in Mary Mayfield Stadium in Edinburgh, the band is back for 3 nights at the area on Friday, Saturday and Tuesday. An estimated 70,000 fans are expected to pack into the stadium each night, which could see a new record for the largest stadium gig in Scottish history. The gigs come at the height of Edinburgh's festival season, with the population of the city already near doubling over the course of the month, but there is little doubt that Oasis is the hottest ticket in town.
Backbeat, the word is on the street that the fire in your heart is out. I'm sure you've heard it all.
Dominion Alao, Rstv Entertainment News.
Sports, Rivers United Football Club has emerged as the highest-ranked Nigerian side in the latest Confederation of the African Football Club rankings, placed 24th on the continental list with 14 points. Joyce Eremasara tells us more.
The Port Harcourt-based club has established itself as Nigeria's most consistent representative in CAF competitions in recent seasons. CAF released its latest club rankings ahead of the 2025-2026 Continental campaign, with the preliminary round draw for the CAF Champions League and Confederation Cup set to take place tomorrow in Tanzania. Enyimba Football Club, Nigeria's most successful club on the continent, missed out on the top 30 clubs in the latest rankings, placing 35th with 7 points. The rankings are based on clubs' performances in CAF competitions over the last 5 seasons, with greater weight placed on recent results. Former Super Eagles striker John Utaka has been unveiled as the new head coach of Montpellier's women's side in France, taking over from outgoing manager Frederic Mendy. Reports say the 43-year-old will share coaching duties with Baptiste Merli until the end of the current campaign, with both working closely under the guidance of sporting director Jean-Louis Cisse. The appointment is a significant milestone for Utaka, making him the only African head coach in France's top-tier women's league. Utaka will also reunite with Nigerian international Ifeoma Onwenu, who joined Montpellier earlier this year. Serie A club Atlanta is preparing to take legal action against African Player of the Year Ademola Lookman after the Nigerian left Italy without permission and refused to attend training sessions in protest over the club's rejection in Inter Milan's transfer bid. Barcelona forwards Lamine Yamal and Robert Lewandowski have been fined by UEFA for breaching post-match anti-doping procedures after the Champions League semi-final loss to Inter Milan. The European Football Bodies Control, Ethics and Disciplinary Body announcing the sanctions said both players failed to report immediately to the doping control station at San Siro, as required by competition rules. The duo were each handed €5,000 penalty by the European Football Bodies Control, Ethics and Disciplinary Body for failing to report immediately to the doping control station in line with competition regulations. According to Marca, the offense was procedural and did not involve failing a drug test. Joyce Eremasara, Rstv Sports News.
And that's it on the news. 3 many thanks for staying with us. Helen Eric Jemidewa is my name. Good afternoon.